Welcome to Good Questions. Today is Psalm chapter 20, King James Version. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Pause. Does the author refer to God as in that special name as the God of Jacob? Is God's name, his secretive name, unable to be known? And is it only described in terms of a point of reference on earth, such as a person, place, or thing, or concept, such as a quality, such as an adjective, such as strength or help, as a concept? Or is there a secretive name only known to those who know it and unable to be uttered? What is the day of trouble? Is it universal, or is it in the life of each person who writes their story? Verse 2. Send thee help from the sanctuary, and strengthen thee out of Zion. Pause. Where is Zion, and what is the meaning of that name? Where is this sanctuary? What does it look like? Who dwells in that sanctuary? How is it distinct from a temple? When we think of sanctuary, we think of refuge from some trouble. Is there trouble in this sanctuary, or should I say outside of this sanctuary? And if so, from what or from whom? Verse 3. Remember all thy offerings, and accept thy burnt sacrifice. Selah. Pause. To what offerings and to which sacrifices does the author refer? What kinds of sacrifices are acceptable to God? What is the meaning of Selah, and why was it used at this point, and apparently only at this point in the psalm? Verse 4. Grant thee according to thine own heart, and fulfill all thy counsel. Pause. To which counsel does the author refer? And how does God, let me try that again. How does the author presume to know God's heart? Verse 5. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Pause. To whom does the author write? How does the author know that whoever to whom it is addressed, who will be reading this, that they are in the right, that God will be able to and willing to fulfill thy petitions? Does the author have a specific person, such as a descendant, in mind, such as a future author? What is the salvation of God? Is it unique and specific to each instance? Or is it general? Or something else? Again, what is the name to which the author refers when he says the name of our God? What is that name, and how is it to be used? To which banners does the author refer? Is it a single banner or multiple? Is this a reference to war, as in war banners, or something else? Verse 6. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. he will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Pause. Again, we see the right hand of God imagery used as a shield. Would that make the left hand of God being the one that holds the sword? Is this not opposite of the way of most warriors? Where is this holy heaven, and which word in the original is used for heaven? Since it is holy and special, set apart, does anyone else dwell there? And if so, who? When the author says, "Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed," to which event does the author refer? When was the author about to be destroyed? And how does the author know that he was anointed? Was he physically anointed, such as a king, such as David, the shepherd boy, son of Jesse, the last son, was anointed by Samuel? Is there significance in being anointed? And if so, who commissions this anointing? Verse 7. Some trust in chariots, and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Pause. Who trusts in chariots? Is this a reference to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his chariots, or to other plains-dwelling groups, possibly Amalek, if I recall, or Og? Was not Og the king of the plains, the one who had the bed that was made of iron, when most either did not have a bed or was made of wood? And his bed weighed something like 400 English pounds, something like that. Is not Bashan the plain where the cattle would graze? If we do not trust in chariots or in horses, mounted cavalry, in what will we trust? Verse 8. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Pause. Does any army win against a superior army without having some angle as such, some sort of trick, gimmick, magic, favor, help, or otherwise? What is the author's help? Verse 9. Save, Lord, let the King hear us when we call. Pause. If the author is not the king, who then is the king to which the author refers? And where is he physically? Looking back over the entirety of this somewhat short psalm, this psalm seems to be looking backwards to an event, a specific event of salvation, and also looks forward to some targeted listener or audience that will need salvation again. To which event does the past refer, and to which event does the future listener, or does the author refer with the future listener, and who is that target audience? And what sacrifices otherwise please God? What are your good questions? Feel free to like and subscribe, share your thoughts, and happy almost New Year.